Hello, YouTube. It's Chelsea the Destroyer, and we are gonna watch a video by TheAMaazing. I got engaged. So grab it back. Oh my god! Grab your snackies. Grab your bevies. Let me know what you eat and drink down below. Let's get to watching. Surprise! I don't actually know who this is, so we're gonna learn together.
Yep, I got engaged, and it wasn't to James.
Happy for you.
Or was it? So how
It wasn't to James. Maybe.
How did I meet the love of my life? Who is she? How did my proposal go horribly wrong? Why are you asking so many questions? Just stick around and watch the video, goddamn. Despite getting engaged, then married, and now being a husband, I think the internet has forever ruined my ability to call her my wife, so I'm gonna have to give her a fake name.
Why can't you just be like, this is my wife? And you gotta say it weird like that every time. Like, my wife? Every time.
Let's stick with name. Now, I know there's a dynamic between us where you expect me to share my personal life story.
You didn't realize I recorded the intros live? Do you know how many times I just absolutely screw up the intros? I didn't realize I was muted the other day when I did my intro. And I didn't record a new intro to go over that. So it's just... Wow.
On YouTube. Don't know where you got that idea from, to be. Where you expect me to share my personal life stories on YouTube. Don't know where you got that idea from, to be honest. But you'd probably be surprised to hear that I'm in a relationship at all.
What is...
let alone married.
What is that? What is that? What is happening? Why is everything tied up? I'm feeling concerned.
To someone. I think because of the previous stalker incident, I didn't want to bring name to any potential for harm. Or have her judge me.
Oh!
I promise, this doesn't usually happen. There's also a bit of religious and cultural context that I'm going to gloss over. A cool part of how we met up was through an arranged marriage process, which in very simplistic terms are the parents acting as matchmakers, which was super common in the
Marriage profile, Maz, age is grown, occupation, doctor/YouTuber, skills, gaslighting, PhD in Among Us, smooth brain expert. Oh, buddy.
Pakistani and Islamic circles. I think Netflix even made a show about this. Compromise. But I'll talk about the arranged marriage process, my experience with it, and some embarrassing stories for a future video. For now, I want to focus on Name and I. So for all intents and purposes, we didn't have to do any of the work and we found each other. What are the chances? In a previous video, I alluded to there being another reason as to why I quit doing YouTube. And now that reason has a ring on her finger. Because during the most stressful period of my life, dealing with the regular hospital work, the crushing medical exam, creating content with a full team, and now being introduced to the old ball and chain, something had to give. It was YouTube. YouTube had to give. Now, if I were to summarize the dynamic between Name and I, it would be a friendship between a golden retriever and a chihuahua. I'm enthusiastic, vibing, happy to be alive, and she's small, runs circles around me, and is non-stop yapping away. If you think I'm joking around...
Why did you just vomit on your significant other in dog form? Buddy. What?
Name herself identifies as a chihuahua and is absolutely obsessed with chihuahuas. I don't know whether or not that's a green or red flag. Make of that what you will. What was immediately different about Name from the other people was just how easy it was to talk to her. She's way more extroverted than I am and an amazing conversationalist, somehow weaving through everyone's discussions effortlessly. This worked perfectly because I'm also a chatterbox, so during our very first conversation, even though I was really shy, she broke the ice so casually and we ended up talking for hours on end. I think I genuinely woke up and said out loud, she can't be real. And honestly, I'm still not sure to this day. One of my favorite things that she would spring up.
Surprise, she's absolutely a figment of your imagination and you're just using that to cope.
Were her hypotheticals, especially the classic worm scenario. Would you love me if I was a worm? Now bear in mind that I take these sorts of things very seriously, so I had to respond with 100% Mars brain power. It depends. Am I turning into a worm with you? Are we worm-sized or is this human-sized worms? Also, if I was to chop you in half, do I now have 2 worm versions of you? And we would just yap on about that for hours. For the record, we determined that if only Name were to turn into a worm, I would keep her in a jar with a spinach plant for her to grow, drop pieces of watermelon, her favorite fruit, and intermittently sprinkle water for both of them. But if we both turned into worms, we'd live out our worm lives together. Unless she saw a worm with a cool leather jacket, then all bets are off. And honestly, valid. There is so much
Okay.
scope for worm discussion. I've always thought of myself as extroverted and decent at connecting to people, but watching how Name managed to hold a conversation with others effortlessly was extraordinary.
Imagine being an extrovert. I cannot relate at all. I'm one of those people that gotta get adopted by extroverts. I'm tired of talking to people. I'm just saying.
I was just happy to let her talk whilst I sat there, listening intently, even from day one.
Aw.
Even now, I always invite her to tell me about her day first. Always. And it's not to say that we're similar in every way. I'd argue that our differences were more critical in defining our relationship more than anything else. We just lived our lives totally differently. I'm this type A, hyper-efficient, creative nerd who's putting either 0% or 100% into whatever I do. And yes, I'm a weeb, okay? Sue me. Whereas Name is a lawyer, poetry writer, loves cats, has an aesthetic type.
Can relate to the cat thing. Can also relate to the weeb thing.
Tumblr. So she's this type B, patient, mellow bookworm who has countlessly started and dropped shows, games, and movies because she's just chill like that. Much to my concern. Seriously, are we ever gonna finish the show? A good example of the differences between us is when it comes to gaming. She's what they call a cozy gamer, playing less intense games than what you'd typically think of. So one day, Name is telling me all about the new game that she's gotten into, Stardew Valley. She's going on about enjoying the farm, getting to know the townspeople. She really wanted me to try it out.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, bless her heart, because she clearly did not know about the spreadsheet that I was capable of. Because in 2 days, I had grinded out the most optimal spacing for all my plants each season, gotten all the upgrades that I could, slept at 1:59 to min-max waking, caught the legendary fish, memorized the entire wiki, and she stopped playing because I had sucked all the fun out of the game. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm not the one who sold the blueberries in the least profitable season, babe. You need to know these things. It's inefficient.
Some of us are just there to vibe. I'm just there to vibe.
But watching her be so calm and patient despite everything that was happening around her, it changed something in me. I have a tendency to push myself, trying to maximize efficiency in all aspects, putting pressure despite how much I was already doing. But with her example, I get reminded to ease off a little, to stop, take a breath, and just enjoy life.
Aw.
Something that Name continues to exemplify.
This sounds completely opposite to his golden retriever explanation from earlier, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm glad you found someone who could help mellow you out and help you enjoy just existing without having something stress you out at the same time.
Something else that surprised me about Name is that she's also an avid Google review user. I found out about it when I was looking up a place she raved about, and as I read the reviews, I had a spiritual awakening. Wait, what? Name? Is this you? Did you know that you can level up on Google reviews? Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Because of her posting hundreds of Google reviews, she had become a certified Google review guide, and she flaunts it whenever she can. She's very proud of her status. So what you're telling
That's
me
cute.
is that I was out catching Dialga in Pokemon Go to the polls, and she was out here becoming a professional opinion haver? Oh, and that's the other thing. Because she
Professional opinion haver. I bet she writes reviews for every single thing she buys on Amazon.
so nice, she always felt bad about leaving a negative review, even if she had a horrible experience there. She told me that it's because she felt bad for the people who were trying hard and that maybe they had a bad day or whatever. So the minimum score that she would give was 4 stars, which is crazy given how proud she is of her certified status. And
This is entirely off the subject. Ish, kind of. It's still on the subject of giving reviews. There are people out there who will have like the best experience and they will only leave 4 stars. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, well, there's always room for improvement. Fuck you. Do not be that person. And I'm going to tell you the fuck why. First of all, if you have a great experience, like perfection experience, give them fucking 5 stars. If you have a good experience that it's not like I had an issue, you should give them 5 stars. Because I'm going to tell you why. The way these rating systems are set up, you might as well give them 1 star if you're going to give them 4 stars. They only really care about 5 stars or lower. So you only have 2 options. 5 stars or less than 5 stars, okay?
Cheer 100 Chelsor giving the business to new season Hank Hill.
I'm just saying, people are actually like that. It drives me insane, okay? Just insane. Like Kumo's talking about, like, it's like the teachers who say no one is perfect, so you can't get 100%. No, you're just a bad teacher. It's that kind of shit. Like, don't be that person. Like, if there's like, hey, I cannot personally think of what they could have done better, and it's reasonable. Like, hey, they could have shined my shoes. Like, no, you're at a restaurant. Why the fuck would they shine your shoes? Channing Fox, thank you for the raid. Welcome. It's like, why would they do that, right? No, you're at a restaurant. You should expect reasonable service and accommodation and then rank them based on that. So if you have great experience there, give them fucking 5 stars. If you're like, hey, service was amazing, the food wasn't good though, then sure, don't give them 5 stars. But like if it's like the food was great, service was amazing, give them 5 stars. Just do it. Some of y'all are either extremely jaded and petty as shit and just hate everybody, or you have never worked in the service industry a day in your life and it really shows. Like, get over yourselves. I'm just, drives me crazy. Anyway. And like some of y'all, I can already see the YouTube comments of like, oh, she was offended about some review. I don't have anything to really read reviews of that have star rankings. But I do read reviews of things either on Google or like on Amazon if I'm looking for an item and I'm like, is this a good one? Like I also, on eBay or AliExpress or Alibaba, look up reviews on like different things. And some of the reviews on there is like, why did you give them a lower score when all you're doing is raving about how great this item is? Like, why are you giving them a 3-star? There's no fucking reason for you to give them a 3-star. I don't understand. It makes no sense whatsoever, and I hate you as a person. Like, just, anyway. It just brings the rating down for them. And you're talking about how great it is, but then you're hurting their business. I don't understand. Anyway.
Yet they could literally turn her into a worm, serve her toilet water, and she'd somehow still give them 4 stars. Name wanting to leave positive reviews, though, has way more to it than what meets the eye. It's her giving the benefit of the doubt to perfect strangers, an extension of her tremendous empathy. She's always thinking about how the other person's feeling, and that's one of my...
Had a lot of soul? Did they give you the bottom of a shoe? It had a lot of soul. It was rubber.
favorite things about her, because by simply being around Name, I've learned to become a kinder person myself. And just as things seemed to be going well, my good friend Life popped out of the blue and decided, "Wow, happy to see you're having such a good time, Maz. You know what would be really cool? If I was to
Is this it? Is this a twist?
just fuck things up. Let's throw a curveball and ruin your budding romance. Yippee!" Because Name started to ask for my social media.
Oh.
And that's when I realized that I was cooked. I'm really bad with social media, and I don't even have a personal one. I just have the TheAMaazing account, which you can go and follow if you want. But how...
That was the visual gag 5 seconds ago. Y'all think I remember things that happened 5 seconds ago. That's adorable. I do realize that they literally gave her a shoe that was plated. Yes. That's fair.
was I supposed to tell a cute new girl that I made videos online? Oh yeah, my socials. Here, I've got a few 100,000 million views. How is that supposed to work? No, don't click that one. But I knew, with how much I was starting to like Name, that the best way forward was to be honest. I wanted to take this relationship seriously, so I just told her about TheAMaazing early on. How I started, my entire YouTube journey, how I was still juggling medicine with it, which ended up being a massive green flag because Name had already stalked me on socials and found out about TheAMaazing. Oops. And that's why you never underestimate a woman's ability to
Yeah, you shouldn't. We're gonna look you up. We're gonna find entirely too much about you because you give entirely too much information about yourself on social media. Just to let you know.
find anything online. What did he even search up? Wait, is that Opera? You are perfect. Opera is a super slick web browser that I like using for both YouTube and efficiently studying in medicine with their super nifty features. Chief among them are their tab islands, which lets you group by context like YouTube, shopping, news articles, whilst also allowing you to organize web pages however you like. These islands can then be moved, expanded, or tucked away however you need. That's how Name organized her investigation on me. If you somehow still manage to lose which
Real footage of me trying to find which tab I was just on. Real footage of me trying to figure out which one is playing music or doing something that it's talking to me.
page you were just on, then you're in luck with tab
Said his first status was 100%. Good for him.
traces, which underlines your recently used tabs. The darker the underline, the more recent the tab. Wait, what's going on here? Your productivity will also boom with Opera's native split screen feature, which allows you to open 2 pages in the same browser window by dragging a tab downwards. That's literally it. It's that simple. I use this feature all the time when I'm studying. One side with a lecture I'm watching and the other with a journal article to multitask. So this gets a strong vouch from me. Have a great
You're able to multitask like that? Not in like a oh, Opera lets you do that. You can focus on hearing a thing and also reading at the same time. And you absorb both amounts of information at the same time. The second I just disassociate or start looking at something else, everything said in that lecture is gone.
Great question, but don't want to open extra tabs? Access Opera's built-in AI tool, Aria, by hitting a quick shortcut and bringing up the command line. And Aria can answer your questions without losing your place on the page. Aria also allows you to close, group,
Sure, that is kind of like me prepping for con or like doing con stuff. That's sometimes me in meetings where I'm like either making notes or like making something during a meeting or whatever. So I could be like, here's this thing that I said I was going to make. I made it. Here it is. But like, that's a little different than like me going through the steps of something is a little bit different than me listening to something I'm supposed to learn and also reading something I'm supposed to learn, if that makes sense.
pin, or save your tabs as bookmarks. Just tell it whatever you want to do without affecting your flow. With all those features, why not give Opera a try? You can get it right now by clicking on the link in the description or pinned comment below. Genuinely thank you, Opera, for continuing to support my channel, and let's get back to why Name knowing about TheAMaazing mattered. Name being cool with my online presence was such a surprise to me. Often within Pakistani and Islamic circles, this entire YouTube thing is frowned upon and people tend to be less accepting of it. Even outside of that circle, to be honest, people are not as understanding as you'd expect. Something about influencers having the worst reputation for being scumbags. So
I wonder why. I wonder why. It's almost like some of the ones that hit the news are like causing problems or something.
having this girl not only be cool with it, but supportive of it, meant a lot to me.
Aw.
Unfortunately though, as the conversations continued and things got more serious, I'd come to realize that a pressing issue awaited me. I had no riz. I was rizless, not an ounce of aura. I had never been in a super serious relationship before.
Listen. Maybe she just wants to come and pick you up and be like, you're mine now. Don't worry about it, man. Like, you know, maybe it's okay that you don't got Riz. Maybe she's like, I got enough Riz for both of us. Let's go.
So I was extremely nervous, voice choking up, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti, and I'm gonna be 100% real with you right now. As we continue to talk, I unironically Googled how to make a Pakistani girl like me.
I'm my sweater already. Spaghetti. Okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
Ha.
I just wanted the pretty and supportive and cool and sweet girl to like me. And the thing is, the reason I googled Pakistani in particular is because I've never really given much thought about culture long term. I thought that as long as my future partner and I were on the same page about faith, I'd be okay with whatever background that they were from. All of that flipped on its head, however, when she started to speak to me in my native language of Urdu. It immediately affirmed that she'd be able to understand even the minute cultural aspects of my life, that there wouldn't be any barriers to visiting family around the world, that we could celebrate cultural festivities like Eid together. And I'm
Aw.
not gonna lie, I definitely felt a pang in my chest when she did that. So time passed, and because things were going really, really well, we ended up getting Islamically married. This is often paired with the actual ceremony itself, but in our
I like how okay, I don't know what he's about to turn it into, but he's like, here's these 2 certificates or whatever. Crumble into a ball. You're like, all right.
case, we did this separately due to our work and family schedules. So although we hadn't had the big wedding yet, to simplify things again, it allowed us to hang out together without having friends or family around anymore. So that was huge. Despite that though, I really wanted to impress Naeem with a great proposal, something that she could fondly look back on for a long time. Forever, in fact, because that was the goal. I want to be with her forever and ever.
Aww.
The idea was to hire a small venue and refurbish it into a weird artwork exhibit, which slowly morphed into more of a museum of our memories. I went all out, printing out photos of things we both
The perfection. Okay.
cared about, bought gag gifts like an Omnitrix because she hated my Apple Watch, and I even planned to have this looping gif of us that I commissioned by the ever so talented Artsy V. I coordinated between multiple vendors in the venue to line things up over months, not holding back on getting everything printed, painted, stitched, bought, taped, and refurbished. It was ready to be the most special experience I could set up for my future wife, the most special woman I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. And with everything ready to go, all I had to do was bring Naeem and the venue got flooded. Although none of the items were impacted, this literally rained on my parade.
That sucks. I was like, this is a lot. Like, good on him, I guess. This is so much, though. And then it's like the venue got fucked up. That sucks. Oh my god. I would crash out. I can't imagine.
Damn you, Rain! Don't you see I'm trying to tie the knot over here? Give a man a break! As I was increasingly starting to panic, my friend Alex saved the proposal with her suggestion. Have an outdoor picnic in a romantic location and show off all your items that way. This was a stroke of genius because of how well all the pieces fit together. Instantly, I knew where to take her. The gift that you saw earlier was based off an actual place that means a lot to Naeem and I. The Outlook. Besides the museum, there was nowhere else that I could have imagined proposing to her. It was perfect. However, because of my own neuroticness, I realized there was already a bit of a
Please tell me that's not what happened.
hurdle. If I were to take Naeem to the same place that we usually hang out at, with a giant outdoor picnic ready to go, around the same time that she knew I wanted to propose, she would figure it all out. So I had to use the most powerful ability that works every single time. Gaslight. So my
Dismiss thy concerns. I hate it when people try to gaslight me. It stresses me out a lot.
solution was to have two of my friends sit down with disguises and pretend they were on a date on the picnic, so that when Naeem and I eventually walked up to the Outlook, she wouldn't think too much of the date that was going on. And when I finally got done proposing, they'd leave us alone to enjoy the picnic for ourselves. It was genius. I love lying in the name of love. So when it was
Your poor friends, whose name I already don't remember, but who you just absolutely probably murdered.
finally time, I kept pushing Naeem away from the picnic area because she kept looking at my friends weird, gears turning in her head with recognition creeping into her eyes. Were her eyes always so sparkly?
Oh no.
Okay, pay attention. Okay, what's next?
Need help? Tell her!
Right, stage a photo and have her facing away from me. Gosh, she looks gorgeous in the moonlight. Focus, Mars. Doesn't help that I've got an audience watching me do this. Crap, is the ring in my left pocket or my right pocket? Which knee should I bend down on? Have I taken a breath yet? It's been a minute. Okay. Oh gosh, Mars, breathe. Breathe, Mars, breathe. What's taking so long?
I'm having a panic attack. Like that's what's taking so long.
And that's the moment where all my nervousness all coalesced into one point and disappeared. The scene of Naeem silhouetted against the starry night, her hair blowing in the wind, the city below us. It was mesmerizing. She was mesmerizing. Despite having a type A personality, trying to account for every variable, being uncertain about
You can't do that. Accounting for every variable. Like, I get it. I'm also like kind of like that, but like you can't. Sometimes you just got to be like shit's going to happen. Like stuff's just going to happen.
so many things, I've never been more clear about anything else in my life. Name was the only person written for me.
Aw,
I was,
that's cute.
and still am, so sure of this.
Aw.
Yes! 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 Congratulations! Oh my god! I knew I recognized you! I knew I recognized you! She said yes! Oh my gosh. I was so nervous, but also I was still ecstatic that she did because she's so amazing and I adore her so much. So we walked over to the picnic. I booted out my friend, sorry and thank you for helping, guys, and showed her everything that I had prepared for the museum to be, which she absolutely cherished. Now, for anyone planning a proposal like mine, which, not to brag, has a 100% success rate, take notes.
100% success rate, because it worked for me.
I made sure that on the same day that I was planning the proposal, that she also had a manicure already booked in, so that her hands were ready for the inevitable photos that she was gonna take.
Listen, if you're not sure how to do this, by the way, see if she's got friends or like a sister or something that they go get their nails done. If there are already people that get their nails done. I'm just saying. Solid manicure planning.
Oh yes, I will accept the Best Partner Award. Hold your applause. Also, can I just say, it is insane how well this entire Scooby-Doo plan went. I was so nervous that she would be able to figure it out. And Name did look for ages before turning around and saying, man, if only you set up surprise picnics for me like that. You fool! I already have! You look like an idiot now. Will you marry me? Now don't even...
You idiot! Anyway, marry me. Please stay with me for the rest of your life. Oh my god.
I started on the wedding, but I think I'll save that for another video.
Oh my god.
Thank you for everyone who supports me via Patreon or fan art, and I'll see you guys in my next video about my wedding. Laters, and stay amazing.
That was pretty cute. That was honestly pretty cute. Good for them. Sometimes I know it's not like very Western centric, right? Like we don't do arranged marriages or whatever. But some cultures still do it, and a lot of times they do work out. So interesting cultural difference, I think.